The throne room of Carvos Prime was a place where hope went to die. It was a fortress carved from obsidian cliffs, lit by rivers of molten plasma and guarded by soldiers whose armor still carried the dents of past wars. The warlord of Carvos, General Varkal, towered above all, a 7-foot colossus wrapped in steel plates and rage. His voice could crack stone. His armies had conquered 11 systems, and yet, today, he was a man on the edge of collapse, because his daughter had vanished, and every minute she remained missing. The galaxy trembled a little more. Reports said she had been taken by the Ambrax collective shadow things from beyond the Maelstrom Rift, capable of phasing through matter and thought. No scan could detect them, no tracker could follow them. Once taken, no one returned, until a boy walked into the throne room. A human boy. He couldn't have been more than 12, scrawny, dust on his boots, a backpack slung over one shoulder, and beside him, wagging his tail and sniffing the alien marble floor, was a half-grown earth dog, brown fur, floppy ears, tongue out and happy as if he were visiting a park. The entire court went silent. Weapons turned. Soldiers stared. General Varkal rose slowly from his throne, the ground shaking beneath him. His eyes were burning suns of fury and grief. Who allowed this child into my hall? The boy swallowed, but did not step back. My name is Evan Rourke, sir, and this is Rubble. He can help you. The warlord leaned down, shadows swallowing his face. How, he growled, could that creature possibly help me? Evan's hands shook, but his voice did not tremble. He can find your daughter. Gasps tore through the hall. Several soldiers actually laughed quiet, nervous, disbelieving. Varkal's fist slammed into his throne, fracturing the metal. You dare mock me, human? No, sir, Evan said. I'm serious. Rubble can track anything, anything. The dog barked once, loud, proud. As if confirming the claim, an elderly alien advisor floated forward, robes trailing. My lord, these earth creatures ascend, but the Umbrax leave no traces. It is impossible, not for Rubble, Evan said. He's different. The dog sniffed the floor, his floppy ears twitching. He whined softly, then looked up at Evan with alert eyes. Varkal stepped closer, his shadow enveloping boy and dog alike. My daughter is being taken beyond the rift, he said. No being has ever returned from there. Evan gently placed a small holosphere on the ground. It shimmered. A picture appeared, a hologram of Varkal's daughter taken from news feeds. A soft glow, a gentle smile. Rubble sniffed the hologram. A deep rumbling growl rose from his small chest. Then he barked twice sharp. Urgent, Evan nodded. He's got her scent. The throne room erupted. Impossible. Human trick. Kill them before the warlord's grief drives him mad. General Varkal raised a hand. Silence returned instantly. He stared at the human boy this small. Fragile life form who stood in front of unstoppable armies without fear. Why, Varkal asked quietly, would you help me? Because she's a kid, Evan said. And kids shouldn't be alone. And Rubble. He always finds lost things. Toys, people, hope. The dog wagged his tail. Something in Varkal's hardened heart cracked. Very well, he said. Human, you will join me. If this is a trick, you will die swiftly. If not, he knelt, lowering his massive face to Evan's level. You shall have my protection for all your days. The boy nodded. Deal, let's bring her home. The search begins. The warship Iron Howl tore through space like a wounded meteor. Evan stood on a high observation deck. Rubble perched on the railing beside him. Varkel's soldiers kept staring, disbelief etched across alien faces. Advisor Krell floated next to the Warlord. My lord, relying on a child, on an Earth pet. This is madness. Perhaps Varkel rumbled, but hope often is. Evan approached them. Rubble needs an item she touched. Varkel handed him a small crystal pendant. His daughter's. Rubble sniffed it once. His body stiffened. Then he did something no animal had ever done. On a Karvos warship, he pointed, straight toward the swirling, storming wounds of reality, the maelstrom, rift. The area no scanner could penetrate. The graveyard of explorers. The border of nightmares. Set course, Varkel commanded. My lord. The rift will tear the ship apart. Set course. The ship angled toward the impossible. Rubble barked, tail stiff. Evan swallowed. He smells her. She's alive. The rift opened like a screaming mouth of light and shadow. Inside the rift inside, the maelstrom rift. Physics lost meaning. Colors had sounds. Time stuttered. Ghostly shapes drifted, whispering nightmares. Soldiers clung to railings as the ship groaned. Rubble wagged his tail, he sniffed, turned left, barked, double quotes, follow him. Evan shouted, Varko stared. We cannot trust an animal in this void. He hasn't been wrong yet. Rubble trotted across the deck, nose low. Ignoring the bending laws of nature, a tear in space opened, a tunnel of darkness. Rubble stopped in front of it and growled. She's in there, Evan said. Varkul did not hesitate. His massive hand gripped a plasma blade. Prepare boarding teams. But Evan shook his head. Too many soldiers, and they'll kill her. The Umbrax react to threat. Let Rubble lead. He's not a threat. He's hope. The dog stepped into the tier. Evan followed. Varkel hesitated for the first time in decades. Then he stepped after them. The shadow hive. The tunnel opened into a cavern of liquid twilight. Umbrax creatures slithered everywhere, shifting, whispering, phasing between dimensions like smoke given hunger. Rubble's fur bristled. He growled not in fear, but in challenge. The Umbrax turned and recoiled. Evan gasped. They're afraid of him. Advisor Krell appeared behind them, panicking. Impossible. They fear no being formed of matter. Varkel narrowed his eyes. The creature radiates something, and they finally saw it. Rubble's eyes glowed faintly gold. He stepped forward, barking once, the sound echoing like sunlight. The Umbrax shrieked and scattered. Evan whispered, That's why he's special. He senses things better than scanners. He sees light in the dark. Varkel clenched his fist. Where is she? Rubble sniffed again. He ran. They followed through corridors of shifting darkness until they reached a chamber, and there, wrapped in a cocoon of shadow floating helplessly, was Daughter Rubble barked once. First standing straight, the shadows recoiled. Evan rushed forward, tearing at the cocoon. Varkel's massive hands joined him, ripping the Umbrax tissue apart. The girl fell into her father's arms, dazed but alive. Father, she whispered weakly. He choked on a breath. I am here, my star. Rubble sat proudly, tail thumping. Then the chamber trembled. Umbrax forces rushed in, furious, screaming. Varkel shielded his daughter. Evan backed away. Rubble stepped forward and unleashed a bark so powerful the shadows shattered like glass. Light burst from his eyes. A ripple spread. The dissolved. Every last one of them. Silence, Varkul, stared down at the small earth dog who had just saved not only his daughter, but possibly the galaxy. What are you? Evan knelt beside Rubble. He's a good boy. Rubble licked Varkul's hand. The unshakable warlord flinched, then laughed, a deep, thunderous, joyous sound. The return when the iron howl emerged from the rift, carrying the rescued princess. Every planet lit their skies in celebration. Broadcasts spread across the galaxy. Human dog saves. Carvos heir, small earth child outwits Umbrax. The rift is no longer undefinitive, and everywhere 2 words echoed. Humans rise. General Varkul stood before billions, his daughter at his side. Evan and Rubble beside him. He raised his arms. Let it be known, he thundered, that on this day a human boy and his companion showed us that courage is not born from strength, but from heart. He knelt to Rubble, placing a ceremonial crest round his neck. Rubble of Earth, savior of Carvos, guardian of the rift. The crowd roared. Evan grinned. Rubble barked proudly. And in that moment, the galaxy learned a truth they would never forget. Never underestimate a human. And never ever underestimate his dog. Asterisk, asterisk.